I met up with historical guide Bora in Sultan Ahmet Square.
Bora?
Hi, Eric. How are you?
He was going to show me the largest underground cistern in the city. Many believed it was from here that the emperor himself got his water.
In a minute, you won't believe your eyes what you will see down here. This is a totally different life than what you've seen above.
It's called the Basilica Cistern, but the Turks call it Yerebatan Sarayı, or Sunken Palace. And that's exactly what it looked like.
This is amazing. Look at the size of this place.
This is a huge place.
You would have no idea coming in off of the square.
Yeah.
I mean, there's restaurants right there.
About here.
There's a park right here.
Police station, everything.
This is massive.
And we are going to see about over 100,000 square feet of an area here. This is the biggest underground cistern ever built by the Romans in this city.
Emperor Justinian was responsible for building this cistern in the 6th century. He also built the nearby Hagia Sophia and was the emperor under which paganism died and Christianity flourished. During his 43-year rule, he was ambitiously able to reclaim the Western Empire, reform Roman law, and rebuild much of Constantinople. Today, the Basilica Cistern is one of the largest Roman structures left in the world. It's 459 feet long and 229 feet wide. The roof is supported by 336 marble pillars, spaced approximately 15 feet apart. The cistern was the key to the survival of the empire. Since the city was constantly under siege, the aqueducts, which acted as natural bridges into the city, had to be broken to prevent entry. The water stored in the cistern helped sustain the residents of Constantinople for months at a time.
After the conquest, 1453, when the Ottomans came into the city, nobody gave them a tour, okay? So they didn't know where is what. For that reason, the underground systems were not discovered for a long time.
But even after they were discovered, the Ottomans didn't feel as vulnerable to attack as the Byzantines, so they didn't rely on them as much. In addition, the Ottomans' cultural preference for running water, not still, helped add to the cistern's downfall.
In the Turkish culture, still water is considered dirty. When it runs, it's clean water, and this is what we use.
So the Basilica Cistern was forgotten beneath the streets until 1544, when a Frenchman named Pierre Giles became suspicious of the endless supplies of water and fish the locals were pulling out of their basements. Giles is credited with rediscovering the Basilica Cistern after being invited to fish beneath the basement of an old Ottoman home. Today, the Basilica Cistern sits more than 25 feet underneath the modern city. For almost 3 city blocks, anything you see, trains, restaurants, hotels, even the police station, is supported by this 6th century cistern. The decorative marble columns credited with holding up today's city were once immersed in water and were never meant to be seen. They were just the recycled trash of Byzantine construction, leftovers taken from nearby temples or monuments.
How come it doesn't fall down? How come, the police station isn't right there? How come this whole city hasn't caved in?
That's a good question. Now, at this point, we should remember the very important saying. City is built on 7 principal hills, like Rome. When they had a valley, they erect columns in there, put in the Roman arch, cover it. With 1 stone, you shoot 2 birds. You can have a water storage underneath, and you have a flat surface now above.
Approximately 1,500 years and 25 major earthquakes later, these columns were still supporting the cistern and the city above. But they were also meant to hide some of its secrets.
So who is this fine person?
This is Medusa from the Greek mythology.
Why is Medusa here? Is there some symbolic reason for that?
That's a very good question, actually. One explanation is, since everything is recycled material here, this is what they needed. They needed this size of a stone, they put it underneath, and they elevate it into the height they wish.
But in Istanbul, there are always other reasons.
Another explanation is 532 is the year the most Christian Emperor Justinian is building across the street the Hagia Sophia, the biggest church ever built in the Roman period. He was a very religious person, and by burying Medusa, a pagan symbol, under the column, on the side and they're upside down, drowning her inside the water, he was giving a message that the pagan believes is helpless even to itself.
So not only are they storing water here, but they're hiding the past. They're burying paganism at the bottom of the cistern.
I couldn't say it better.